Imagine being his wife and seeing that. Like, how could you feel safe walking down the street with this guy?
This happened on Friday last week. I don't know if you saw that, but there's a Jewish father with 3 kids that got the shit beat out of him in broad daylight in Montreal, and people are recording and just passing by like nothing's happening. So I think it was pissing off or bothering Sylvie because the Jewish name is in there. But hey, here's the video. So yeah.
That's why.
He even throws his kippah off. Like, so there you go. That's the video. Like, it went viral over the weekend, and I understand why.
Yeah, I saw that.
My stance is always the same. Like, why the fuck did that guy not know how to defend himself? It's a fucking scrawny dude that's attacking you in front of your children, bro.
Yeah, that's bad.
Bro,
that's bad.
Really?
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for that guy. Now, on the deeper issue of what the fuck's going on, like, is there some? Because I saw this video, but I didn't hear a whole lot of backstory or context other than it's a Jewish guy. Like, was there? I assume it was some sort of targeted thing.
Well, see, and this is the thing. So here's what I posted. So I posted about it this morning, and my stance never changes on this type of issues. It's always the fucking same, right? Here's what I posted. I'm just going to read it out. Pretty much, Jewish father with 3 kids was attacked in Montreal last Friday. Was it a targeted attack or one of opportunity? We may never know, but the real questions are, why did someone record instead of helping? Why didn't the pedestrians stand by and just do nothing? You see them pass in the background. And why didn't the father fight back? And it's reported that the Montreal police took an hour to show up to the scene of the crime. So I'm basically, this should be a wake-up call for all the fathers out there. You can't depend on others for your family's safety. You need to be ready to protect yourself and your loved ones. As a man, you must know how to defend yourself, your family, and others. Don't know how? Fucking learn. It's not very fucking complicated. This dude, I would have fucking snapped him in half. Yeah. And there was a comment. Hold on. There was a comment I wanted to read. I'm hoping it was on my Instagram, that it wasn't somewhere else. Because there's one of them that was basically saying that the father did the right thing to protect his children. I'm like,
that's that nanny state. That's that nanny state mentality there. Basically just neuter men of any sort, right? Like men. It's an attempt to neuter men and prevent men from doing the things that their instincts tell them to. I don't give a shit if you are attacking me in front of my kids or anywhere in any context. I'm not gonna like, oh, turn the other cheek, or no, motherfucker. Like that guy did not cover himself in glory whatsoever, and I'm sure like that's deeply humiliating. Imagine being his wife and seeing that. Like, how could you feel safe walking down the street with this guy? However, those are all personal issues. There's always going to be cowards. Hold on.
This is the one right here. Do you see that? This is the one right here. Just let me read that. The father has 3 kids. He didn't fight back because his first duty is to stay alive for them.
His duty is to be a punching bag. He didn't even protect them, though. He didn't protect them. Do you
understand that one punch? If I catch you with one punch, you go down. What are you going to do now? You're unconscious on the ground and your 3 kids are exposed. You're protecting them? Bro.
And I mean, we're kind of assholes, so we're going to like bust this guy's balls a bit. He's clearly, a coward. And that's not really in the purview of the show, though, because there's always going to be individual cowards out there. As far as this broader social aspect, that's sort of what like the commentary can focus on. But yeah, it does matter what if this was a racially motivated attack. We talk a lot about like hate speech and stuff, and I think there's hate speech laws are completely ridiculous and wrongheaded. But I actually do believe there should be an additional charge for violence committed specifically because, like, if you go and attack someone just because they're Jewish or just because they're black or just because they're white, there should be an additional charge added on to whatever your charge is.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's the case, which is why I made a point on my post to just say, was it not? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? But one of the comments to that's funny. One of my followers is like, at Nico Lagan, them Jews aren't built like Nico Lagan, brother. But man, I don't know why you're
it's not a good look.
Again, Bumpy Johnson, I don't know why you're so butthurt today, man. Nico playing Monday quarterback, not a fan. How the fuck am I playing quarterback? Bro, I got my ass kicked like a little bitch when I was younger. I was a fucking pussy. I'm the first one to tell you I was a fucking coward. I got beat the shit
also
out of myself. You know what I did?
Balls all the time on
no, but you know what I did? Nothing. I was a fucking coward. But you know how many times I've defended people like this? I stepped in those type of situations multiple times in my life, and I will continue to fucking do so. If you're a man and you're not stepping in that fucking situation to help that father, you're a fucking pussy and you don't care. What about your family? What about if that was your wife, your sister, your mother, your grandmother? Would you expect others to help her? Or would you be okay with people just standing by? This is always the same message that I have for the people out there. If you don't know what to do in those situations, learn. That's on you. The police is not there to help you. They literally took an hour to show up. Even though the average, supposedly in North America, the best time is somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. That attack probably didn't last 2 minutes. There's a lot of that happened to somebody in 1 fucking minute waiting for the police to show up.
You know, Bumpy says, was the man filming? Yeah, no one knows who's filmed. So fair point there. What is the jab cheap shot? He wasn't unconscious. He was there eating punches. Look, like, we don't have to, like, this is not like a super sensitive, always want to be like protect people's feelings kind of show. We bust each other's balls all the time. I promise you, if that was me, you filmed eating punches in front of my kids, Nico would be busting my balls. I'd be busting my balls. I mean, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But yes, like we're not making some broad social commentary about one guy kind of being a bit of a sap here. But yeah, we're gonna make fun of him. Come on, man. He's just sitting there eating punches in front of his kids, bro. You don't need any other context to know that the guy is not, his wife's not going to feel too safe walking down the street with him at night for sure. The broader social context is, yes, that's where the meat of the commentary is going to be. And yes, correct. We don't actually know it, but
it doesn't even matter. I don't even care that if it's even worse if the Jew started it. If the Jew dude started it and got his ass
now he's even more ridiculous.
Bro.
Now he
Yeesh.
Goddamn. It's not like he took a cheap shot and was knocked unconscious. He was there, cowering.
No. The guy doesn't know how to punch. The guy that was on top of him doesn't generate any type of power. Because technically, if your head's on cement like that and you're hammering somebody down, his head's gonna bounce off the pavement every single time. It takes 1 or 2 shots, your cranium's cracked. Fighting in the street is not the same as fighting in a nice ring where it's all padded and nice. No. But the question that I have for the people out there is for the women out there. Do you expect a man to know how to defend themselves? Do you expect your men to know how to defend you? Do you expect your men to know how to defend your children? Because I can tell you, man, my wife does. My wife expects me to take a fucking bullet for her and my family. And you know what? It is my fucking job as a man. I've trained for more than 20 years to know how to defend myself, how to defend them.
Yeah.
20 years of training for this shit. This was not done because somebody told me to do it when I was a kid. No, I took that fucking decision for myself because it is one of the responsibility of the men to protect his fucking family, and I will die taking a bullet for my wife.
And I think most wives, and ladies out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if their husband gets beaten up while fighting back, I'd say that's far less of an issue than just cowering with your hands or just run. At least don't be a coward. Attempt to
Yeah.
protect your family, because that is your fucking job. And you know, context, yeah, might matter as it relates to the social aspect of it, or whether this, but like just looking at a guy fucking eat punches in front of his kids, I don't need a whole lot more context to that to know that, like, yeah, bro, it's not exactly covering himself in glory. I mean, Kashmir.
Oh, that's the exact one.
I'd never get wet again. Yeah, it'd be bone dry, right? As far as the fucking Sahara Desert for the rest of your marriage. What's worse, man? Just the worst you can do is get your ass kicked instead of, having your wife be the Sahara Desert for the rest of your life. And we can all talk about how, oh, that's not right, but that is unfortunately
it's
life.
A fact.
That is biology. That is a fact, that we are animals, and that's how that is how we are raised. Women want, for the most part, their husband to expect that it's his job to protect him and their children, because that is their job. You know, I know that
hold on. No,
that's
that's the one I wanted to take. So 100%.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
My husband will defend me, his wife, and his kids. He has an extra tool to help him get out of hand. Also, our young son is learning Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, that's the first thing. I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for years. And just the way the guy's punching, literally all he had to do is to grab both of his ankle and pull down. The guy would have fell on his ass. It's so easy to get out of those situations if you know what you're doing. And you know what, Bumpy? Again, Bumpy is saying it could have been a sucker punch. He ended up on the ground. Granted. But I guarantee you he wasn't out, because as soon as the guy moved, he was right back up. If you're knocked out on the ground, you ain't fucking getting backed up. No. He got back up because he froze and he did not know what to do. So he just took the punches. It is super easy to get out of those situations if you know what you're doing. And I would argue that 99% of men out there don't know how to fight. Oh, I'm gonna see red, and no, you're gonna see red, and then you're gonna see the ceiling, because I knocked the fuck out of you. If you're not trained, you don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
No, if you're not trained, you're not a threat. You're like a fucking puppy. If you don't know how to fight, you're not a threat. You don't know how to defend yourself.
Well, and just like
and you going to the gym doesn't count either. I see those guys every single day. Big roided dudes that walk like this. I'm like, hey, bro, you can't even touch your fucking shoulder. You ain't defending anybody.
Like you said, as soon as the guy stopped, the dad just gets up,
gets back up right away.
Guy's beating you in front of your kids, and then he gets up and just walks over there casually and doesn't even go anywhere. Like, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. Yeah. The guy should be sprinting the fuck out of there. And if he's not, you're doing something wrong big time.
Not a fan. I did not see stability. Not a fan of street fight commentary, bro. I've been in so many fights in and outside the ring. I've even been a commentator for fights for multiple events. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been in that world for at least 20 years now. It is a fact that he should have known how to defend himself. That was a weak attacker. That was weak. That was weak fucking sauce, and he didn't do shit. He was a coward just like I was when I was younger. I recognize the pattern of defense here. Oh, I'll lay down there, and hopefully it's going to end quick. That's basically all he had in his mind. Please stop. That's just a coward. That's just a coward.
Yeah, that's what it is. This was. Would you go after the attacker, leave the area, or de-escalate? I mean, you don't have to chase a guy if he's sprinting away, but if he's just standing there while you're dusting yourself off, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong.
You literally have the order in your question, but it's backwards. You should always start by trying to de-escalate the situation. And this is something that most martial art instructors do not teach their students, which is wrong. Fighting should be last resort. You should never start by fighting. You should try to de-escalate the situation. If you cannot de-escalate the situation, no, leave it there. I'm using him as an example, because what he wrote there is basically he has it backwards. De-escalate the situation with words. If you can't, leave the fucking area without turning your back. If it is a possibility for you to simply take your kids, it's called VIP protection. Very important people, very important person protection. Take your kids, put them behind you, walk away. Leave your hand in front of you just to create space. Walk away safely. If you can't, destroy that guy. Don't fucking wait for him to do something. If he keeps on coming after you, he doesn't let you leave, that to me is an invitation to be knocked the fuck out. But de-escalate with words. If that doesn't work, leave. If that doesn't work, knock him out. Pretty simple.
Yeah, that's right. One of these days, Nico, I'll tell you the story about how I was with a new girl I was seeing, and I thought she was single, and apparently she wasn't, and her husband.
So why not just say it right now, since we're on the topic?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Sylvie's here. We're always down to make fun of you. This is always something.
Speaking of de-escalating, no, this is a fucking wild story, man. So. No, I mean, when you in the military, of course, you learn a lot of actual de-escalation of force and all that stuff. So I was using some of it, but so I'm with this girl. I hear a bang, a car door close, and she kind of freezes. Like we're in bed, right? We're doing the thing, and I'm like, is everything okay? And she's like, hang on. And then you hear the door, and I could see by her demeanor change completely. There was something. So fucking we're upstairs, fucking boom, 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 steps coming up the stairs, and then Buddy's on the door, like tall, like 6'2", but skinny as fuck. Like I wasn't worried about that at all. He looks at me, looks at her, runs back downstairs, comes back up. He's got a fucking pipe in his hand. Yeah. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I need to like seriously de-escalate. He's basically telling me to get the fuck out, and I'm looking at her. Fair. I'm kind of like, okay, but I can't leave you with her in this state because he's enraged, right? He's enraged. He's basically giving me an out. But if I leave and he beats her to death, because it's that kind of thing. Like it was that. So it's what's interesting though is you probably have experienced this when you're in that mindset. Like your actual mind is crystal clear. Like I was focused on everything.
But that's because you're trained. That's what training does. It calms your brain down.
And you don't even think about it. But as I'm talking, like you said, I'm keeping space. Yeah. I've got 10 to 15 feet. I'm keeping my eye on this fucking pipe. And I'm like, okay, let's go downstairs. So we go downstairs. He's about 10 to 15 feet away. I'm trying to talk him down. I'm saying, okay, you have to at least give her the pipe and then I'll leave. At this point, I just want to get the fuck out. I don't want to deal with any of this crazy shit anymore. Yeah. Eventually happened, but as you said, you have to have a plan. So in my mind, he's got the pipe holding down and he's about 10 feet away. As I'm talking to him, I've already decided if he raises it and gets within that 5 feet bubble, like I've got to tackle him or something. But it was holy fuck, man, what a wild fucking night. So anyways, we ended up in court later, a couple months later. I had to testify. Yeah, because I did leave. And he did beat the shit out of her, but I only left because she was like forcing me to not with the pipe, but I was telling her, like, I will stay. I was like, I don't have to leave. She's like, no, you got to go. I got to deal with him. So at this point, they're both telling me to leave. I can't stay. I said, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll go outside. I'll wait in my car for 15 minutes. Let me know if you
still want me to leave.
Still want me to come back. Yeah. So super tense. It was actually pretty funny. So because it's not funny, but like it was as I'm leaving, like super intense. I get in my car and I realize he's parked behind me. So after this super intense scene, I have to go knock on the door and be like, "Hey man, can you just let me out?"
Oh, that's funny.
Like, and I remember so clear because in this first split second, he was like, "Oh yeah, I got this, man. No worries." And I was the weirdest fucking thing. It's almost like he forgot like the
you guys had a three-way afterwards. Is that what?
No. So anyway, so I did go. I went down the street. I waited 20 minutes. She said it's okay to go home. Anyways, turns out he did beat the shit out of her. She charged him with a obviously assault, and then I had to go back and testify at his trial. Like this is just before COVID, about 6 months later. But it's a fucking wild story. But it just made me think of the de-escalation because, as you said, like you've got to have almost like an eye on your threat, but like
you have to.
Your mind's eye has to be thinking, okay, like if he does this, I'm gonna do that. If he does this, I'm gonna do that.
With a weapon, though, I would have probably the de-escalation wouldn't be long, because the problem, and this is what's fucked up to most people that never trained for this, but I have trained for baseball bats, weapons like knives.
Yeah, I never trained that kind of weapon. It was always handguns and.
So guns are easy to defend with if you're up close and personal because you can grab them. You're capable of grabbing the muzzle and moving it out of the way. You're capable of putting your hands on it. What scares the shit out of me are knives, because knives, you can't grab it. And it's not like in movies. People don't just attack you with one shot. You block it and somehow they lose the knife. No. If you have ever seen knife attacks, it's 40, 50 stabs. And it's just like, it's super, super fast. Knives scare the shit out of me. But a pipe, what's fucked up for most people is that you need to get close because it's a long range weapon. So you need to be so close to them that they're not able to pull back. Because if you stay at the end of their range, because a pipe, bro, I tested a kid when I was young. I was babysitting this kid and he had a old school metal pipe that was with cement in the middle. And he found that in his backyard and he's looking at me. He's like, oh, I'm going to throw it at you. I'm going to throw it at you. I dared him. I woke up at the hospital with a few stitches in my forehead. Sorry. So a pipe can be thrown. And if it catches you in the forehead, guess what? I'm still wearing the marks of that pipe. But all to say that when there's weapons involved, when there's children involved, like that guy, I don't know personally that I would de-escalate the situation. If I see a threat and I have somebody to protect, or it's not just hand to hand, like there's multiple people, because I've been in a situation where I got jumped by 4 or 5 people. Those are different stories because there's so much to think about. You cannot be it's not like in movies where they're going to take their turn and kick you and punch you one at a time. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like the Matrix there where he's beating up one Agent Smith at a time and they're waiting their turn. Actually, Joe, that's a good point. He says Rob is talking about the cloak that comes down when shit gets crazy. It's not training because I'm totally untrained and know exactly what he's talking about. All motion gone. I think there's a bit of both. I think some of it is just you're sort of, some people just have that built into them, but then you can also develop it more with
training will teach you that. I've never had that skill naturally. I can tell you that is not something I possess.
It's like crystal clear. It's like all your senses are crazy tuned, and you're.
But that's fear.
You're locked in. Yeah, fear the good way. Like the correct way to use fear.
Either makes you crumble or makes you extremely sharp. That's the 2 ways to handle. And
because it's not comfortable to be
Bumpy Johnson, Nico Segal over here. Don't insult me by calling me Steven Seagal, like the biggest pussy on the fucking planet. That guy doesn't know how to fight.
Is he actually?
Nah, fuck no. That guy doesn't know how to fight at all. He's doing Aikido, and I'm sorry, Aikido is a dance. It's just a dance. But again, Bumpy, I don't know why you're so butthurt. I'm an amateur Muay Thai North American champion. Like, I'm not kidding when I'm telling you that I've been doing this for 20 years. I trained with Krav Maga expert that trained the IDF in hand-to-hand combat. I've trained with some of the best fucking fighters on the planet, like world champions. This is what I do, bro. It's just, I don't post about it. I don't brag about it normally. But when I see pussies like that guy get the shit kicked out of him in front of their children, it drives me absolutely fucking nuts because his first job is to protect his children. If you don't know how, fuck. I have no pity for that. I have pity for the children.